All right, so let's get to it, man. I got a documentary that's dropping. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be dropping it. It's going to be dropping before the end of the month. I do have to do one correction and then re-upload the documentary. There's one detail, major detail that I feel like I've forgotten. So the documentary is it's pretty much complete. What you guys can see on the member section, I'll leave that available for now while I'm doing the update. And then once I do the update, I'm going to take that one down and then re-upload the new one with the update. All right. Now, I'll show you guys a piece of this documentary, and that'll take me into my first topic here. Let's pull up the doc here. The doc is called The Rise and Bloody Fall of Toronto Drill. All right. Let me go to the member section. Become a member if y'all want to get some early content. We got some interviews and some different content that's behind the wall over there that I'm probably never going to be dropping. But as far as like some of the stuff that you want to see early episodes, like a day before we drop, interviews probably sometimes weeks before we drop, go check out our member section. But I'm going to pull this up. I'm very proud of my documentary over here. I think I did good. Let's go to around here. Daddy Rambo were making hilarious content. The media continued to build with YouTube channels like Worldwide Spotlight, 6Buzz Premier's music video channel, and this channel here. Please subscribe. In 2019, we lost one of our media brothers to incarceration with the arrest of 6 Worst Channel's owner, Goggles. The 6 Worst Channel was a great source for what was happening in the underground Toronto scene. Multiple uploads a week giving the details of what was happening in the Toronto underground rap scene. However, just like that, the channel disappeared, and so did Toronto guy Cody. By the time we got to February of 2020, the world was shut down by the pandemic. This caused everyone to stay home glued to their phones and not outside at shows and clubs. Some rappers found a way to reconnect with their audience, and others perished from the lack of shows and networking. The budding Toronto scene was starting to take even more L's. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot came. You know what? This is about 2020. I want to go back a little bit further to when I feel like the beginning of the end started for the Toronto drill scene.
Five years in the side bag.
Oh, I got to get to the anthems too. Holy, watch this. Bare anthems, one by one.
Bad bitches gon' strip. Dope boys gon' trap to this. Keep an
Their
eye on
anthem.
lack to this.
The connection to the United Kingdom became even stronger. Major figures tapped in like Tim Westwood and Charlie Sloth, and artists like Smoke Dogg, Puffy Ellis, and Northside Benji would go viral. As far as Northside Benji, his buzz and cult fan base gave him the highest viewed flyer in the booth of all time.
Facts. About me trapping, selling nines without a strip. About my nigga number 9 and all his rich.
In September of 2017, another Toronto anthem dropped from a 17-year-old rapper from the Alexander Park area and a younger brother at the aforementioned Casper TNG. When the video for K-Money's Come Outside was uploaded to YouTube, that reinforced the wave of Toronto anthems with many to follow.
Come outside, just come outside.
From 2017 to 2019, we got a plethora of Toronto hits, including Canada Goose by Pressa featuring Tory Lanez, Trap House by Smoke Dogg, Still by Mo G and Smoke Dogg,
Still moving product, moving lava. Not rocking Prada, rocking Gucci.
Side Bag by Wave Montagna out of Malton.
5 years in the side bag. Pour that bar for the ting.
I Love My Gang from LB Spiffy featuring Ching, which later became the sound Lil Tecca stole.
I swear I love my gang.
YG and Houdini Auntie.
In the trap with your auntie. She up a brick in her panty.
Burner Bands and Houdini Late Night.
Late night. What's the price?
A lot of these tracks have certified gold plaques to this day. So what went wrong? I want to take a quick break from this episode to give up. So we did the Only Loud ad, so we'll skip across here. Big salute to the sponsors. Cheer! To understand and follow the Toronto drill scene, we have to go back. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I'm going to play just in the downtown we'll Toronto area. A calm afternoon on May 30th was broken with the sound of gunshots. This would start the infamous car chase between K-Money, Casper TNG, and the Toronto police. They were ultimately arrested on their way to a long legal process and incarceration that took them out for 3 to 4 years. Subsequently, on June 30th, 2018, social media timelines exploded with the tragic news of the murder of Smoke Dogg at the now closed Cube nightclub. Video surveillance showed two men fleeing the scene, with one of them being Toronto rapper 21 Neat. 21 Neat, who is now convicted for the second-degree murder of Smoke Dogg, is a part of the Neat Gang / Wasp Gang, repping the Driftwood area of Jane and Finch. As mentioned earlier, Pressa is one of the most prominent members of the team, and just a year before that was on tour with Smoke Dogg, opening for Drake's Boy Meets World tour. This killing caused major division for the two camps, accumulating into diss songs, real-life circumstances, and irreparable damages that permeates today. Smoke Dogg had an international appeal. Right now, and a few other things happened, right? Obviously, there's a few other people that passed away. I talk about Houdini in here and the passing of Houdini, RIP. What I do need to add is the passing of Bully, RIP to Bully as well, right? Just guys who are doing major moves, and not only doing major moves and accumulating attention online, their music was good. Like their fans were like real fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll just play just a little piece of with the Houdinis when Houdini passed away when he was murdered. Watch how this fan really reacted. Like she was heartbroken.
That fled the scene.
So fantastic, heard they call them lacking.
Tributes pouring in today for DeMargio Jenkins, the 21-year-old musician also known as Houdini, was shot and killed at King and Blue Jays Way Tuesday afternoon.
He was just like my favorite Toronto rapper, literally of anyone. He was my favorite.
Shorty is like broken up about it, fam. Like as if she personally knew him, you know what I'm saying?
Tributes pouring in today for DeMargio Jenkins, the 21-year-old musician also known as Houdini, was shot and killed at King and Blue Jays Way Tuesday afternoon.
He was just like my
Like look at her face, fam. Like this is not one of the shorties from the hood. This is regular, white girl that just looks like she's into rock and roll and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she's like broken up about this shit. And it's not because he had a bunch of online antics. It's because she listened to his music and really liked his music. So there's a lot of thank you. DJs are in the building. Hipster, super hipster. She loved his music from the way that she was reacting to his passing. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same goes for Houdini, Bully, all of these different artists. And the scene self-imploded, man. It imploded on itself. It's destroyed itself. Like right now, there is things that are going on. We went through the list of stories that I was telling you guys in the beginning of this live stream. But to be honest, when you go looking for what's really happening in Toronto, and I'm glad that we work in the hip hop space. It's not just the Toronto hip hop space or the Canadian hip hop space, because if push comes to shove, and none of y'all niggas is doing anything exciting or nobody's putting out any music or starting a movement that we can really like get behind, we could just default back to American shit, to be honest. But like, it's getting kind of sad out here, fam. If you go through Torontology Reddit, okay? I was on Torontology Reddit for the last... Even when we were putting the podcast episode together, real shit. Let's go over to Torontology. I'm gonna give it a refresh because I was on here earlier. Okay, so Sav 4 times, and Big Sue's a Sav 4 times. He's pretty much the hottest rapper in the scene right now, right? Another Sav 4 time Hazard Lights freestyle. So I guess he dropped a new freestyle. There's this going on with 2C6 and 3L and all, just people that I don't know, and just they're not rappers really, right? There's a Fredo Bang and Casper TNG track on the way, so that's a good look. They have done some updates in the last, let's say, hour or a couple of hours. But other than that, really and truly, like when you're going through this page, and I'm not even trying to do this as an indictment on the page, this is an indictment on the scene. What are we really looking at over here? Ain't shit going on. Sav 4 times again, right? What does it say here? Sav can't run, but he's running the city right now. Ha ha ha. Right? Drake fully endorsed by SDM, Real Western Road, baby. If you know, you know. Just like a bunch of who cares type shit. And then we're already 15 hours in. This is 15 hours ago now we're talking about. We're not even talking about shit that's like from the last 12 hours. This is yesterday's shit. So it's just getting kind of sparse as far as rappers that are doing something that is worth paying attention to. Even guys who are putting out good music. And even the fuckery. There's not even guys who are up to fuckery. It's just dead. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What are y'all saying in the chat over here? Has the Toronto scene come to it's gonna sound somber. Has it come to an ending point? Has it come to a dead end? Dead end sounds crazy. Holy shit. Because if we go back to in the documentary, we had some good times. Shit was popping. And now when I go like we're not going to act like we give a fuck about top 5 stories that much. Like he's one nigga who puts out who keeps the timeline going every once in a while. But even with that, I'll even say even with the top 5 stories where everybody was more glued to, oh, what's top 5 going to do next? Who's he going to diss? Who's he going to pop up with on a live stream? People have gotten what we call, I guess, what I would call top 5 fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Because the last piece that we put out, or the last episode, I put out a clip from it. Ain't nobody give a fuck. Surprisingly, because usually that's like a YouTube content hack for Toronto. Put top 5 in the title with a thumbnail, it's out of here. Last video I put out about top 5, niggas was like, so? You know what I'm saying? JNS Dizzy says, you just mad you can't eat off nobody name right now. Not really. Because if you look at it as eating off people's names, that's not what we're doing over here. I'm talking about like if people got a movement going on that we can get behind, not just the fuckery, not just, oh, you crashed out and you know we got content, we got content. You know what I'm saying? Like when No Jumper came down here and was doing the vlogs and stuff like that, that's content. You know, when Sav 4X was up on No Jumper, when Pressa was on The Breakfast Club, when Casper TNG was on Vlad TV, that's content. That's something where we can be like, oh shit, man, them are doing something. Let's react to that. That's dope. Let's repost it. Let's big it up. So it's not only about what's going on with the crash outs or when's the next time somebody's gonna crash out. You feel me? Let me see what you're saying here. Brian George says, here we go. That's why the scene is dead. I don't know. Is it me? Do I keep on perpetuating it by talking about this shit? Or am I just making an observation on what I'm seeing? All right. Jason LP says, when you kill the 2 artists that could have made the biggest impact, you fuck up the future. That sounds pretty on point right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just an observation. I'll leave it there. You know, before I even leave it, because you guys are acting like, or not you guys, just one person is like, yo, it's you. You only talk about the fuckery. I'll even go on certain pages. I seen 6 Entertainment talking about Cardi B. And I was like, why is 6 Entertainment posting about Cardi B? And then I was like, oh, this goes back to my theory. Ain't shit going on so bad in Toronto. Like, it's so des right now as far as the scene. that blogs that are usually covering, like, you know, with all due respect, some of the most lowbrow fuckery, like this guy got beat up by this guy in the hallway of a building somewhere. They ain't even got that to post. They're like, oh, well, what's Cardi B up to? All the way in America. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up my Instagram. I'll show you, for example. I just saw this comment right here. I'm gonna put that on the screen right there. You're a whole asshole, bro. Pause. The host is just blaming on the Indians. That's crazy. Oh man. Bro Sound says there are artists putting in work and releasing music, but no one cares. Talk to me. Who? Because, and listen, you're probably right, but tell me who are some of these names, and then we can gauge if people actually know these names or if people care. You know what I'm saying? I know, for example, besides Sad 4 Times, who put out a whole album the other day, Northside Benji just dropped a full album. You know what I'm saying? Triple OG says, you stopped doing music for the fuckery. Where's the weekly list? You know what? To be honest, the weekly list was fucking trash, bro. Niggas only wanted to get that weekly list because there was a chance that one of their trash music videos that had like 300 views might be, or sorry, 500 views, because we put at least a limit on it, might be able to get there because we let so much bullshit come through the door. And then when we continue to bring these lists up, you know what I'm saying? When I tried to bring the list down and say, you know what, instead of just making it like these wide submissions where we were just letting anybody who had 500 plus views get a chance to get all of their friends to get together and vote so that they can be the #1 video in Toronto this week, right? When I cut all that bullshit out and started saying, okay, we're going to pick videos that people are actually paying attention to for real and make a top 6 every week, guess what? None of y'all niggas watch those videos. I'd make it as part of a 2-hour episode. I would literally see the retention go down inside of the 2-hour episode when we're talking about that shit. And then when I make a clip of it on its own, let's say we talked about it for 15 minutes, we did a 15-minute listing, it would do like 200 views. So I don't even want to hear that shit about, oh, it's because you stopped doing the list. You niggas never cared about the list after a year. Acting like, oh, where's the list? Why only 200 people watched it then? But 3,000 people, 5,000 people will watch if top 5 was stubbing his fucking toe. Y'all act like you wanted the shit, but when I was providing it to y'all, niggas didn't care. And now you act like, oh, well, it's because that's not there anymore. Y'all didn't care when it was there. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Let me show y'all something. Let's start with this. And it's, listen, with all due respect, because it's not even an indictment on you. It's an indictment on a bunch of people in the audience that never watched those segments. Why the fuck is Six Trench talking about what Cardi B had to say about Nicki Minaj? It's because they're running out of content. It's not just me.
Story that I came in the industry to like take over somebody's career or like make them think, but it's like I never thought that. I just wanted to become famous at what I like to do. That's all things. Sometimes people just don't get along with each other, and if they don't get along with each other, it's no more like, oh, but I think that they don't get along with each other.
I don't care, bitch. Sorry, I don't mean to call her a bitch. I'm just frustrated. Brian George says Friday's mad. Top 5 ain't give you anything to talk about. He did. Nobody cared. We have a whole clip about top 5 and, oh, you know, his charges have been cleared. I made the thumbnail, him and Gary Gray next to each other. I was like, oh, we got content. Nobody cared. Y'all are over top 5 too. You're like, okay, so unless top 5 actually drops some music, niggas don't care. What are you going to say? Fuck the ops again? No. It gets repetitive. It gets redundant after a while. So I would understand as y'all as audience members to not care anymore neither. I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it into words that we have. You know how there's that new thing going around? Well, I feel like I'm talking about it like a disease. There's that new term going around called black fatigue. I think Toronto, maybe not the rest of the world, but Toronto itself, Toronto audiences have Toronto rap fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Bro Sounds, aka Young Shawarma, aka Cheeseburger, says Young Smoke, Smoke Dogs Bro just dropped a song, song 2, pretty decent, but songs like that, sound like alt artists or ATL artists. Duh. Also, even with that whole Young Smoke track, I'm glad you brought that up, Czar. Alt tracks, like ATL tracks, my bad. Because I seen on the Reddit, they were making fun of him. I should have made the freaking thumbnail Toronto fatigue. That's hard. It's really not, but that's a hard title still. Let me find what they're saying. Because they were dissing Young Smoke on the Reddit. They're like, yo, the man's not even doing numbers, fam. I don't know why all the Reddit warriors have like a super extra Toronto man accent. Let me see if I can find this shit. Plus, there's not that much news that they have in there anyway. I should be able to find this shit. They were dissing, man. They're like, what's the number saying, Crow? Holy, it's a bare fuckery on here. Anyhow, I'm not going to find it, or I probably passed it. But yeah, they were like, yo, this guy's not doing numbers, and he's not the only one that I seen. They dissed what the shit out of YG over here on Torontology. So, yo, Unk ain't even doing numbers anymore. They're calling him Unk. I'm like, yo, these niggas is like 20 years younger than me, and they're calling them Unk? That's crazy. What can we do? All right. Instead of me complaining about it, oh, the shit's dead, y'all killed the shit. Let's be solution oriented. Let's be solution based. Give me some suggestions in the comments. What can we do to make Toronto great again? All right. We need to make some merch, some red hats. Make Toronto great again. Make Toronto rap great again. Do we need to start really recognizing the people who aren't on the drill shit or aren't on the street shit? Because I gotta be honest, for somebody who's dealt with a lot of niggas when it comes to the street shit, a lot of y'all niggas is ignorant as fuck and don't have a plan. So you want to come onto the show and then have no plan later on, right? Stop drill music. I think drill music stopped itself. Juicy Hamburger. I think the drill wave is pretty much over. DRK says, make timeless music. Yeah. Is drill over? Let me not get ahead of myself. Is drill music over? Because in my mind, I'm saying the drill wave is done. Niggas ain't really on that, getting on Instagram, saying, yo, we're spinning the block, we're on the op block. There's so many niggas who got locked up from that shit now that I don't even know who's left. All the Bronx drills niggas and the Brooklyn drill niggas are all locked up. Fabio Foreign was locked up for like 4 months and nobody cared and nobody knew. Put that in. Nobody knew that Fabio Foreign was completely in jail. You know what I'm saying? If that's not proof that drill is dead, I don't know. If the proof needs to smack you in the face, like if I'm a drill rapper or if I'm an up and coming rapper and I want to get into, if I'm trying to pick a genre, even though like I guess you don't pick a genre, the genre picks you. I wouldn't be so quick to put on a balaclava and be like, yo, I'm spinning on the ops. I might get on some well, I won't say Dave shit, but like you might need to get on some XXX Tentacion type shit, Lil Peep type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some boom bap, Griselda type shit. Because all these drill rappers that were doing the sturdy dance and smoking on this person, my backwood smoke his best friend, all that shit, Dunzo is out of here now, bro. Niggas look at y'all like you're like, oh, y'all are still on that. Y'all niggas stuck in 2023. All right. Off the Grid Entertainment says Drill died with King Von. I gotta sit and take that in for a second. How long ago did King Von pass? Because he might be right about that. He might have been like one of the last ones. It could have been him or it could have been Fulio. Because I feel like if people were still down to hear like high level fuckery and see what's going on with these guys, if they made some content that they're at a gravesite somewhere or doing something stupid, you know, we were still, you know, down to be like, okay, I'm gonna take some time on my phone. And listen, I swear we got other topics. I feel like I'm going too long on this rant, but I feel like I could spend more time as far as when it comes to watching fuckery. If we want to keep it to, oh, you guys, people don't even care about the drill rappers fuckery no more. They can't even get clicks when they are crashing out. I'd rather watch Icy Springer talk about two people's relationships that I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about these people, and I'm just locked in. I'm dialed in. Like, okay, tell me more. You know, eating popcorn, warming up some popcorn. Icy Springer's on, talking to people that I don't even know about. They ain't talking about rap. You know what I'm saying? They talking about baby daddies and baby mamas and shit like that. The drill rappers are like dying to get some attention. Like, yo, fam, we just spun, fam. You're not even posting that. You're dissing. So it's not like they're not trying. I feel like they are trying. Their crime is still happening in the city. It's just that when they do it, now we call them stupid. They get the adverse reaction from us. We're not like, oh shit, that guy's really with the shits. They had 100 shots over at the studio on Queen Street. Oh, all them niggas is really with the shits. No. When we see shit like that, we're like, look at these fucking locals. Look at these idiots. Look at these crash outs. Oh, don't be like them. So it's like, whatever the drill niggas was doing back in 2017, 2018, that was impressing their audiences. Now their audience is like, oh, you did that, bro? This nigga's acting like Johnny Somali or something. Like the audience don't respect your crash out anymore. You know what I'm saying? So niggas is just wasting their time. Like, put your gun back. Put the gun down, bro. Like, nobody's gonna care. You're gonna make the national news or the CTV and all that shit, but like, you'll be on the timeline for like one day and then we off you. All right. So just my observation. Juicy Hamburger says rap is dead. People become streamers now. Fam, salute to the Crook. The Crook is on stream playing friggin' GTA and shit. Like making up his own playable characters on the screen and shit. What are we talking about? This nigga got off of a friggin' bank heist and now he's a streamer. This is proof that the Toronto rap scene is dead. He's jumping ship do it now, bro. Get off the boat before it sinks. Let me get this streaming shit, bro. Let me make sure that my game's on point. You know what I'm saying? Get me a headset. Hell yeah. Fuck that booth and a microphone. You're talking to a rapper turned podcaster. You don't got to convince me twice. I've been jump ship. I've seen the Titanic. I seen the iceberg from like miles away back in 2017. I was like, oh shit, is that an iceberg in the distance? You know what I'm saying? Me with my binoculars, like, is that an iceberg in the distance? Okay, let me get off of the rap Let me get off Rap Island and become a podcaster. Stupid. I'm there with the telescope. I think I see an iceberg. Anyhow. Let's get into some topics, man. Some actual topics. The Drake leaks. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to start off the live with just like some real like unmotivational speaking over here. I swear by the end of this, I will motivate the people, man. All right. Don't quit your rap dreams, bro. Keep going, man. All right. You're gonna make it one day, my nigga. All of y'all. I'm playing, but I'm not playing because there's people who are doing really well in the rap game. So let me stop. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.